We ran that underground passage to the bone. Rune light, stone guardians, dead ends stacked like graves, and still that body in the chasm haunts me. So we pull out fast before the tunnel decides to keep us. We left goblin blood on these stones, and the echoes still have not settled. But down here I find a human body, cold and forgotten, like the tunnel itself took its due. That is the real warning. Not the goblins. The depths are working on something, and we're walking into it. Before we go any farther, I bring the company to order. Steel is nothing without supply, and courage dies quickly when the pack is a mess. We sort, we count, we decide who carries what, then we move. Asterion first, light on his feet, heavy with spoils. Warfang, silk gland, fire ember, mugwort, rogue's morsel. All of it goes to Roan, into the alchemy pouch. If the road wants to poison us, then we poison it back. Goblin weapons next. Filthy iron, cheap blades. Send them to camp stores. We do not drag trash through a tunnel that eats men. Coin counts the same as blood down here. Buys healing and time. 27 more into Roan's keep. 151 total for the company. Tools are life, not luxury. Asterion gets the pickpocket's bag set proper. Thieves' tools, 9 sets. Trap disarm kits, 2. Neat. Quick. Always within reach. Then the battle kit. Potion of speed on the quick belt. So when the moment comes, he moves like a knife in the dark. Basic poison ready. Healing draught ready. And the wyvern toxin. Rare. Saved for a target that deserves it. Nature's snare does not belong on a rogue's pack. A quarterstaff wrapped in living vines. Uncommon and restless. That goes to Shadowheart. Her hands know prayers and punishment both. Arrow of acid set aside. One clean shot can turn armor into panic. A strange bottle with no use to me. Sent to camp. Longsword stays with Asterion for now. A backup blade for when the dark gets close. And a scroll of Revivify goes into the company kit, because we do not leave our dead behind if we can help it. Shadowheart is steady. Nothing to rearrange. Just keep her close. lae'zel is war. Pure war. But even war carries burdens. Spare chainmail to camp, battle axe to camp. Her great sword is the only argument she needs. And when we return to the grove, Dammon will see our coin. I want a better crossbow, something that hits harder when words fail. And Dammon has it. Torch is next. Everyone carries light, even if they prefer the dark. lae'zel can swing with both hands, so the torch stays in the pack until we need it. Books go into the sack. Death and Divinity, The Curse of the Vampire. They can wait for the next campfire, when the road is quiet enough to listen. And the locket, uncommon, dancing lights in a pinch. I give it to Asterion. Let him paint the dark with false stars while we slip through the cracks. Good. Now we turn to alchemy. Because if the tunnels want to test us, we will answer with fire and poison and steel. I truly believe alchemy is the quiet blade of this world. Steel ends a fight, but a well-mixed draught decides who walks away after. I open the pouch and let the company watch, because every fang and fungi we take is a promise. Nothing wasted, nothing forgotten. The old rule holds even in the dark, 3 of a kind, and the essence relents. The weak burn away, the useful remains. First, the suspensions. Spider silk gland, thick and bloodied, still warm with life. We only have one. We need more before it will yield to us. But the bullywug trumpets are plentiful. 5 of them, and 3 is enough. I draw out their acrid heart and bind it into a suspension. A new method reveals itself to me. Simple toxin, clean and practical. The kind of answer a tunnel understands. Now ashes, fire ember waiting for its 3rd spark. Hyena ear still clinging to its own stench, but the warg fangs, 3 of them, ready. I grind them down, let the savagery fall into ash. Wargs do not rise from the ashes, but their ferocity does. And the recipe opens like a wound. Elixir of bloodlust. Salts next. Mugwort first. Bitter and stubborn. Good for the body when fear tries to settle in it. Then rogue's morsel. A thief's kind of mushroom. Sharp and mean, made for surviving bad decisions. Sublimates last. Autumn crocus, delicate as a prayer. Legend says the first was made by Lathander, the morning lord. A flower that still reaches for the light even when it is buried under stone. Wisp weed too. Thin as smoke, but it holds its own secret. With that, we have what we came for. Suspension and sublimate. Into the vial. Simple toxin. A poison fit for a dagger and a smile. Ashes and salts. Into the mix. Elixir of bloodlust. Those who immerse themselves in savagery often reap a blood-red reward. Asterion gets both. The toxin for his blade, the elixir for the moment the fight turns close and personal. And I take one last note for the road. Potion of glorious vaulting ready in the kit. Because sometimes survival is not strength, it is distance. Good. The pouch is quieter now. Order restored. We move. We can't afford to blunder through these tunnels like drunks in a tavern. If there is something waiting in the dark, it will punish careless feet. So I stop the column and I listen. I look for any edge we can take, any prayer, any trick of the weave that sharpens the eye. There is no grand spell for this. Not yet. Only a small blessing. Quick to fade. Quick to return. I place a hand upon Asterion's shoulder and murmur a word that makes the air feel thinner. Cleaner. Good. That's our scout. Asterion goes ahead alone. lae'zel hates it. She wants steel in front, steel behind. But a war is won by what you see before it sees you. We pass the body again. Human. Cold. Left like a message. I do not let anyone speak over it. Asterion melts into shadow. Low. Silent. Patient. And then we meet the same problem again. The runes. The eagle marked this place earlier. Now the bear? Carved signs that wake the stone guardians. That turn statues into executioners. Asterion finds the rune and kills its light. One touch. One decision. And the tunnel exhales like it was holding its breath. But the blessing is gone already. The dark eats soft magic fast. Ahead, a guardian statue stands like it is thinking. Sturdy, unmoving. We still do not understand what makes them wake, what makes them sleep. So we respect them. And Asterion slips north, through the opening, into a narrow throat of stone. He finds a stone door and a grate set like a teethed jaw in the floor. A place that looks built to keep something in, or keep us out. That is far enough alone. I signal the company forward. Quiet, controlled, no rush. And I restore the blessing to Asterion again. Because if anyone is going to open that door, I want his eyes keen when it happens. We stand at the stone door and I feel the pull of it. The easy path. The obvious path. The one that looks like progress. But something about this passage does not sit right with me. There's a body down there on a lower ledge. A human shape left in the dark. And I cannot shake the feeling that it is part of the story of this place. If we walk past it now, we may never learn why it died here. So I make the call. Not yet. We backtrack. We check the walls. We put eyes on everything we skipped. I keep the blessing on Asterion. Again and again. A small edge. Down here, small edges keep you moving. How do we get to the bottom? What are we missing? A chasm like this does not exist for no reason. It is a throat, and the stone is trying to swallow secrets. We return to the level where the goblins made their stand. The same ground, the same stale air. And I order Asterion to search it like a man who does not want to be the next corpse on a ledge. Nothing at first. No new path. No clear drop. No ladder. No mercy. And I see them. Wooden barrels. The kind of thing you ignore when adrenaline is high and blades are out. The kind of thing that gets you killed later. We crack them open. A disarm kit. Clean and practical. Then another. Good. That makes 4 trap disarm kits in Asterion's keep. 9 sets of thieves' tools. Enough to treat this place like a locked book and start reading it properly. Now we have swept this level. And if there's any way down to that body, it is hiding like a coward. But I am not done looking. The passage keeps offering doors like bait. Stone on stone. Silent promises of answers. And I do not like how quickly it starts to feel like a story trying to steer us. Asterion is hurt. Not enough to fall. Enough to slow his hand. I will not spend a prayer on a scratch if a berry will do the work. I pass him good berries. Eat. Breathe. Steady yourself. Then I give him guidance. We slip into a side room, tight and hidden, on the same level as the Eagle Rune. A stone slab like a secret door.
Be careful. There are traps about.
And then the floor threatens us. A vent. Set like a mouth in the stone. Kind of trap that does not chase you. It waits for you to get confident. Asterion kneels, picks, listens, breathes. His hands are sure. His eyes are sharp. And still the mechanism refuses him. He comes within a breath, and the stone laughs. That tells me enough. This is not a simple snare. This is a lock meant for master hands, or a fool with a death wish. I look past it, searching for a reward worth the risk, and I find nothing but a dead end. A room that exists only to dare us. No, we do not bleed for empty stone. We back out, quiet, controlled. And I turn the company north again, back toward the other stone door in the passage. Because if this place wants to throw us on traps, then we will find a different way to cut into it. We go back to the stone door because it is the only card left in this hand. And I hate how that feels. Like the tunnel is hurting us. On the far side, we find rot and silence. 2 baskets collapsing into themselves. A mushroom so spoiled it stinks of wet leaves and old earth. Nothing worth harvesting. Nothing worth carrying. Just proof that this place has been dead a long time. A rotting sack, empty, and then the path stops playing pretend. It ends. Hard, like a wall slammed in our faces. I recognize the shape of the stonework. We are near that prison again. The iron cell that once held a goblin. The same corner where a tiefling settled a score in blood. But the way is closed to us. The stone refuses the last step. So I want to test the chasm. A bucket lies nearby, useless as supply, perfect as a measure. I try to send it over the edge, The angle is wrong. The stone blocks the throw. Like even gravity needs permission down here. I lean out and look for anything. Anything at all. Any ledge. Any crack. Any promise of a way down. Only death below. Black and certain. Around the corner, a burlap sack tempts me. Just out of reach. Close enough to mock. Far enough to stay untouched. We find knotted roots and climb down to a lower shelf. Careful. Quiet. Asterion searches with guidance, still hanging on him like a second shadow. And still, there is nothing. No jump that will hold. No path that continues. Only empty air and stone that does not want company. That's when the thought crawls back into my mind. The tiefling children and their hidden den under the grove. The way that place felt like it had more than one exit. More than one secret. I can't prove it. This chasm feels like it belongs to something else. Not today. We have measured this dead end, and it has measured us back. We pull out. We stop bleeding time, and if we return with better tools and a clearer plan. No luck. We turned this underground passage inside out, and it gave us dust and silence. No secret door, no hidden stair, no answer for that body below the chasm. I don't like leaving questions behind. Questions turn into ambushes. But a commander also knows when a tunnel is just a tunnel, and when it is a distraction trying to bleed you dry. We did save a halfling down here. We pulled him out of a bad end. And all we got was a thank you and a warning to watch for traps. It felt small in the moment, but I've had a second to think. Gratitude is a luxury for people who sleep safe. Down here, most folk pay you in the only currency they have. A word of warning. A pointed look. A chance to walk away. So I take it for what it is. Intelligence. Not praise. And I write it into the log for anyone who reads after me. This passage was a dead end. But dead ends still teach you where the dagger isn't. We leave it now. Not defeated. Not lost. Just unwasting time on stone that refuses to speak. We leave the underground behind us. No answers. No way down. Just stone and warnings. So I do the only thing a commander can do after a dead end. I turn frustration into steel. Back to the grove, back to Dammon in the hollow. I've had my eye on a better crossbow for too long. Party comes first, always. But now we have the coin to sharpen my own reach. I trade in the old light crossbow and take the uncommon one in its place. +1, cleaner killing power. A straight answer at range. Good. We thank Dammon and we move out. Next stop, the road toward the Blighted Village. We hold off on the Owlbear Cave for now. Tracks are one thing, the den is another. So I take the high ground first. Climb the crag, read the land, see what it hides. Asterion goes up ahead, light-footed. Quiet, as usual. Moldy cheese. Nothing worth the wait. A bucket of fish turning sour. The day catch gone bad. Nothing we can eat. But it tells me someone was trying to live here. A fishing rod, too. Cracked. Near useless. Like everything else this road gives us. Almost good enough. Never quite. We take what we can for camp, and then I bring the company in slow. One step at a time. Hands low. Weapons quiet. Easy now. We are not here to steal your dead. We are here to understand what happened. And if any of us can speak with animals, now is the time to find out. I do not reach for enchantment. Not for this. This hound is not hostile. Just lost. And I will not steal its will when all it has left is loyalty. Easy now. Easy. I let my hand find its way to the fur. Slow, gentle. A small touch. A quiet promise. Then I try the only skill that matters in moments like this. Patience. I speak low, not commanding, not pleading, just present.
The dog lowers his hackles, his head tilted inquisitively. Convinced that you're harmless, he turns his attention back to the corpse.
The hound trembles, circling the body. A guard that never received the order to stand down.
Around his neck is a collar etched with a name, Scratch. With a deep, heartbroken whine, the dog bows his head. The dog whimpers nervously, as if to urge you on. The dog looks at his owner with sad eyes. He does not move.
I do not ask him to leave right away. Not yet. Grief does not move on command. So I give him a choice.
The dog sniffs your hand, his tail swung low in understanding. He knows how to find you.
If you want shelter, if you want firelight and quiet, come to our camp when you are ready. I do not know if he will follow, but I do know this. I am not leaving him with nothing but a corpse and the wind. 9 fingers. I won't come back to the city. Not while you have your thugs looking for me. If you want the debt paid, you'll have to trust me and collect it yourself. Go to the graveyard and look for where a M. Kerwin is buried. Get digging, and you'll find enough valuables to settle matters between us. Don't go looking for me. I'll know when I'm safe. S. Dammon. It's a boy. He's healthy and perfect. I've named him after his father. Come back and see us as soon as you can get leave. Love, Flora, and Dammon Jr. Gomwick. Be doubly careful on the way back to Baldur's Gate. I've received more reports of attacks on travelers throughout the region. I can't have my best messenger winding up face down in a ditch somewhere. Watch yourself. Better late than never. Postmaster General Danzo. Okay, so with these letters, we now can surmise that the man lying on the ground is Gomwick, and he was a messenger. Following orders from a General Danzo. Interesting. There's a break in the rock wall, a hidden line in the stone, and for a second it feels like the road is finally done mocking us. A path up, ruined work, bold steps, and then shapes that don't belong to the wilderness. Walls, roof lines, a place that used to be someone's home. So this is it. This is where the trail leads. A village, not a camp. Blighted Village.
Weapon blueprints. The master blacksmith's work.
They're sketches. More like early drafts than final blueprints.
I stopped the company at the threshold, because places like this do not die quietly. They get taken, or they get cursed, or they get used. And then I see it. Something on the ground, heavy and wrong. A bugbear. Scarred and scrawny, asleep in the open like it owns the ruins. We have met bugbears before. They do not sleep without teeth nearby. And I am not here to ring a bell in a village full of echoes. So we do not wake it. Not yet. It crosses my mind that a bugbear could have had a hand in that dead man on the road. The one the dog guarded with its whole heart. But a thought is not a verdict. First things first. We read the village. Quietly. Carefully. Without giving that sleeping brute a reason to open its eyes. We find a hut with shabby wooden doors, and I hear it. A sound from inside, I think. Something that does not feel like wind or wood settling. I don't open it. Not yet. A closed door in a blighted place is never just a door. And I am done trading blood for curiosity. So we circle first, read the ground, read the air, read the silence. Then we find a campfire still burning, flame alive, heat real. Roasted meat set out like someone just stood up and walked away. That should make me happy. Does the opposite. A warm fire means someone is close. Or something is. We search the site.
Vacant as an orc's skull.
Chest empty. Nothing that explains the fire. Nothing that pays for the risk. And then I see it. A dagger buried in the meat like a joke with teeth.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Shiny. Tempting. The kind of bait that teaches a lesson to the uncareful. Read it first. Examine the meat. Find the trick. But the answer does not come.
The dagger is tightly embedded in the carcass. You notice nothing unusual.
So I let the professional do his work. Asterion kneels, 2 fingers on the hilt. And with a small twist, he coaxes the blade free like it wants to be held. Clean steel, balanced, made for a hand that knows where to place it. Good.
Your cautious method pays off. The dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
The needle of the outlaw goes away. This one takes its place. If Asterion is going to live in the shadows, then he deserves a knife that speaks the same language. Finally, a reward that feels earned. And a reminder, even in a dead village, the food is never just food. We keep moving through the Blighted Village, eyes up, breath held. And then I see it. Blood smeared across the stones, dried in streaks like someone was dragged, or ran until they could not. Another fight, another story that ends in silence. I want the high ground, a roofline, a quick look into a hut without walking through its door. But the stonework is broken and the angles give us nothing. Fine. We keep reading the streets. The hard way. A signpost stands near a set of gates. Old wood, old iron, the kind of boundary that used to mean safety. The writing is still clear enough to understand.
Moonhaven.
Moonhaven. So this village is not the end of the road. It's a throat on the way to somewhere else. And if Moonhaven is marked here, then we are closer than we were a moment ago. Closer to Hell's Inn. Closer to answers. I open the gates and then I step back. Let the air settle. Let anything hiding show its hand. Nothing comes through. Not yet. And then I look back at our other problem. The bugbear. A gift, if we have the nerve to take it. Asterion, this is your work. How would you like to test that new dagger? Bugbears are not misunderstood travelers. They are cruel by choice. And if one is sleeping in a dead village, then it is part of whatever killed this place. Still, part of me hates the idea of striking a creature that cannot raise its hands. It feels wrong, even when the target deserves it. But this road has not been fair to us either, and fairness does not pull parasites from skulls. We need Hell's Inn. We need a cure. That is the mission. And if evil stands between us and survival, even asleep, then so be it.
Empty. It is, as they say, empty.
That fight wasn't fair. Not even close. Asterion hits like a knife in the dark. A clean critical. And I finish the job before the village can even draw breath. We do a quick search. No celebration. No lingering. In a place like this, you win fast or you die slow. And then I make the next call. We go into the building. Asterion first again, because he sees the things the rest of us step on. Inside the hut, he finds a goblin tracker on guard, standing at the edge with his back turned, alone, exposed, like the gods themselves set him there as a lesson. Perfect. Asterion melts in behind him, and I give the signal for a sneak attack. Quiet. Quick. before this village has a chance to wake up and remember how many of them are here. Asterion cleaned up that tracker like he was sweeping dust off a table. One quiet strike, one less set of eyes to sound the alarm. And then we find something worth the risk, an arrow of fire, a single shaft with a promise inside it. One shot that can turn cover into panic. I pocket it carefully, not for show, not for sport. For the moment we need a door opened or a line broken or a crowd scattered. We keep searching. Crates, barrels, broken wood, old dust. The kind of places that hide keys and notes and needles. But this house gives us little. Just silence and rot. Still, silence is its own information. If they were rich, this place would be guarded. If they were afraid, this place would be trapped. So whatever owns this village is confident, or distracted, or both. Today the road fought us for every inch. The tunnels led nowhere. The stone kept its secrets. And more than once I felt the world trying to turn us around. But we are here now. Blighted Village. Inside the bones of it. Not just looking from the edge. And I can feel it in my teeth. This place is not empty. It is waiting. So we end the search. We reset our breath. And we prepare to step out of this hut and into whatever is watching us from the ruins. Next time, we stop taking measure and we start taking ground.